Hello, everybody, and welcome.
Good evening.
Good
Hey,
evening. Sorry we are late. I had some technical difficulties.
we pulled a famous last words of "We got time,"
Yeah, I got time to restart this real fast. And anyway,
as it goes.
yeah, we've been having so many problems like the last couple of weeks starting the show for some reason. I don't know why.
Oh, that's all right.
So I
That's
was
how
like,
it
you know
goes.
what? Let me give the computer a restart right before we go on, and just
Yeah,
not have any issues. And then we had issues.
and there it goes. All right. Hello, everyone from Artificial Dissemination.
Mm.
I hope that you guys had fun hanging out at Hazardous Discourse.
Oh, did we get rated?
We did get rated.
Then how many shows a week does this guy do?
He be doing a lot of shows.
I'm just curious because he rates us on Sundays. He rates us on Thursdays. If I did this on a Monday, would he rate us on a Monday?
I want to say he tries to do four to 5 nights a week.
That's insane.
It's a lot.
That's a lot.
It's dedication.
That's a lot of
But
dedication.
I mean, if it works, people show up, they hang out, they have a good time. He gets to spurg out and vent, and get through the
Yeah,
frustrations
no,
and
I,
the
I
word
get, I get
vomit.
it. I get it. It's just that's a lot of.
Sometimes he plays video games. You want to know who streams a lot? Subliminal Messenger.
Okay.
He streams a lot. He be doing a lot. Well, sometimes he's busy working, but whenever he's got a little bit of downtime, he's doing a lot of streaming.
Okay.
So Jenny's here, JC is here, Patrick is here, Rick is here. Hello.
Okay. I'm starting to see. Okay, so I'm not seeing any of the chat yet, but I've got the
It's let's see.
numbers showing up here. So.
There we go.
There we go.
All right.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
let's
in
see.
there.
Okay.
We're good.
All right. Let's see. There's a chat from Patrick earlier. So I guess with the ice out tomorrow, we are to skip school, work, and not shop. We are to fill all temples, mosques, and churches, fast and pray. They didn't say who to pray to, though. That's interesting.
Yeah.
That's interesting. They canceled school locally because of the
Cold weather. It's not really that cold. It's gonna be like 1 degree.
I don't know.
I mean, -2, -3 when they go in the morning. It's not
I
that
just
bad.
said tomorrow's an ice out. Tomorrow's you're not supposed to go to school. You're not supposed to go to work. You're not supposed to shop. Like, why wouldn't the school district that we pulled our child out of close
I don't know.
it weather conveniently?
Okay. I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm going to work tomorrow.
I mean, well, yeah,
I
because
was going to call in sick, but now I'm not.
now you're gonna go in spite of the
Mhm.
just to see how many people call out because of the weather.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, it's good. I guess depending on where you live, there's some weather coming.
yeah.
So everybody be safe out there for sure.
If you need a good YouTube weatherman, may I suggest Max Velocity?
Max Velocity is a good. I'm
He's
pretty
a-
sure that's not his real name, but
He's a little derpy, but kid's pretty good.
yeah.
Right up our alley. Not that he's one of us, but like he's one of us.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but
Well,
he's one of you young folk. I'll give you that.
he's got like the endearing pizzazz that you need
Okay.
to be relatable in this attention economy.
Oh, yeah, I'll give him that. He's got that going for him, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Title of the show.
Oh, we're going right into the title of the show.
Well, I just
You don't want to keep these people in suspense any longer?
I don't know, just to like address it.
Yes, sir. 30 below is actually a real thing.
Yeah. What was it? That one came in right as I was reading the other ones.
Yeah. Yes, Patrick. Have Miss Shouts drive you? I don't. Is she a better driver than you? Is that what's going on here?
Wife can drive me to work if need be. It's currently 30 below with the wind chill. Supposed to drop another actual 10 degrees before he heads into work.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would, if Mrs. Shouts is comfortable driving in it, that would make us all feel better.
Right. Yeah.
So, but in the event that she's not a confident driver in these situations,
Patrick gets 18 inches on the regular, huh, Q? Always in here starting trouble.
It's the Gen X brain rot.
No, I know.
I love you for it.
Yeah.
It's just one of the traits you guys have. It's like the millennial melancholy, just it's all been shit since I was in 3rd grade.
Yeah. Okay, so anyway, you were on with the
the show title.
The show title, yes. Fine.
And
I came up with this show title on Monday.
Yeah.
And I'm starting to get a little, I want to say irritated is the wrong word, but I've noticed like the last 3 or 4 weeks in a row, we've basically done the same Thursday night show as Avoiding Babylon.
I'm not irritated by it. I actually I think it's hilarious because obviously there is zero coordination. There is zero communications. Like it is not planned.
Like the last couple of weeks, I've only found this out after, because we watch our show Friday night because we're on the same time we are.
Yeah.
But right before we came on, I saw their thumbnail in the upcoming, and I looked at the title. I was like, man, we're going to do the same show again.
Well, for what it's worth, the Latin Slavs are doing the same show.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is where that type of stuff doesn't bother me. And it's because I know that there is a certain sect of creators that will collaborate and scheme and plot, and they'll all talk about the same thing, so that way they can all eventually do this crossover thing or whatever. Like it's a tactic. But what I enjoy seeing is when it's more of a rare phenomena, natural occurrence, a moving of the Holy Spirit, if you will. That just, it seems to be something that a lot of people are stewing on. A lot of people are processing these things. It's not just me. I'm not the only person who's thinking like this. It's a...
Yeah, well, also, like this specific topic, I mean, I'm sure we're gonna do it very differently than they are, based off the title.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're gonna go much more past this one instance. But it is a book that just came out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Mr. Patrick Neve put this book out and then started tweeting about it to kind of promote the book, and that's why people are talking about it.
Okay.
But anyway, to the show title, it doesn't end with the boomers, is just true. I think because a lot of people seem to be operating on this. Oh, once the boomers die off, man, things can kind of get back to normal.
Right, yeah, there'll be like this pressure release, and we can just.
But it won't. Like I don't think boomer is just another word for normie these days.
Yeah.
Like these Gen X people aren't any less selfish than their boomer parents were.
Right.
Most of my generation's not, and you take that into account. You look at these women. The women are crazy. The women are getting crazier and crazier every generation.
Yeah.
So it's like, and the men are doing the same thing their fathers did. They just want to withdraw to the garage and drink their beer and be left alone. And yes, dear, yes, whatever,
Or just skip the whole process of having to do the yes, dear part.
Yeah.
They're just opting out of that.
Right. Yeah. They're just.
It's like, I'm not even going to entertain this. I'm going to the gym.
Yeah.
I'm playing my video games.
But yeah,
I'm having hobbies.
The greater point of this evening is just that, it's not going to end with the boomers.
No, we've got at least 2 more generations to.
I don't see Zoomers doing any different. The only difference I see with Zoomers is the women are still batshit crazy.
Yeah.
But the men have just opted out of it, which is kind of even worse because now we're not even going to have procreating because the men are just like, yeah, no, we'll just live celibate lives. We're opting out of this.
Yeah.
And
we don't need it that bad.
Yeah. And the women are just at that point completely left to themselves. Nobody to keep them in check.
Yeah.
So if anything, it gets worse because they're opting out. And I'm not saying that there's an answer to this. And I'm not saying like, oh, these assholes need to just deal with these women, or like, I don't know. I see two things getting us back in check, as we should, as a species and as sexes, men and women.
Mm-hmm.
Option number 1 is some type of total societal collapse where we are no electricity, no hunting gathering. You can't just hop in your car and drive to the supermarket. Now you got
a great humbling.
Yeah, you've got to kill what you eat, and then you've got to skin it and clean it and be your own butcher.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? There's people that will harm you for your food and your stuff. You know what I mean? It's until women get put back in that place of, oh crap, we ain't shit.
Of 100% dependency.
Yeah, like if If I don't get in line behind a man, I'm not going to eat. If I don't get in line behind a man, I'm going to get raped every day. If I don't get in line, when society collapses like that and we're surviving, that's the great equalizer. That is one way
Yeah.
that things even out and women kind of like, oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
we should probably just go back to our roles of fair sex and raise the children and make the meals.
Right. Yeah.
So that's option one. The only other option I see is if a dictator takes over
Yeah.
the world, or at least your country. At least the only way it gets fixed in your country is if a dictator takes over and just lays down hard rules of women back in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And there's going to be a generation of women that try to fight it, and a lot of them are probably going to get seriously hurt or worse.
There'll be some.
But the next ones coming up won't have been fed any of this nonsense, and
Right.
it will just be back to normal biology. This feels right, huh?
Yeah.
And there will be plenty of women, I'm sure, that like, oh, you know what, I don't. They'll probably be angry at first, but after a while, they'll be like, oh, I get it, I get over it. But there's going to be your revolutionaries.
Yeah.
But those are the only two options I see. The only two options I see for getting women as a whole back in check is just the great societal collapse, or some sort of dictator comes in and just like puts them in their place and basically gives men the okay to like, look, you need to keep your women in control. Do whatever you got to do.
If the Somalis can have daycares that nobody goes to, I think I could get away with Aunt Emily's Camp Act Right.
Camp Act Right?
Yeah, I think I could get it. I think I could get away with it. If I give it another like 18 months of these broads acting foolish, it'd be packed.
Right.
So much money. The money would just print itself.
I just lost there it is. I'm losing a monitor. Oh, this isn't good.
Yeah, this is I went too far. Sorry, I take it back. It was a joke.
I just lost the chat monitor.
It was a ha ha. And I say, AJ, give me my monitor back.
Yeah.
Um.
Nothing but problems. Okay, well, you take over, Emily.
That's fine.
While I try to fix this.
Yeah, back on Aunt Emily's Camp Act Right. I don't disagree with anything he just said. And do I want that for y'all? No, I don't want that for y'all. I don't want to see y'all suffer like that. That's why I've been trying to tell y'all for the last like 4 years now. Stop spending money. Take your ass home. Put in your 2 weeks notice. Start clipping some coupons. Doing some damn laundry. Cooking some meals. And be a housewife. Be a stay-at-home mom. Be a housewife until you're a stay-at-home mom. And then that's it. Right off into the sunset.
Right.
Like, that's what you should do. It's the best thing that you could do for yourself. It's the best thing you could do for your family. The best thing you could do for your country. We all have parents who are going to need somebody to take care of them. We all have grandparents who need somebody to stop in on them. You can't do that if you're working 40, 50 hours a week, sis. It's your job, Like, do the thing that we're designed to do.
Yeah.
Until you have your own children you have to chase around. Like, we take care of the old people and we make the new people.
Yeah, all this nonsense going on right now in Minnesota and all over the country, honestly, with this ICE stuff. It's all women, which just proves that they have no children to care for, but their maternal instinct does not go away. So they latch on to these ridiculous, to these immigrants that are murderers and rapists, and they would kill these women just as quickly as anything, Like,
Yep.
Wouldn't piss on them if they were on fire.
Nope.
Wouldn't piss on them if they weren't.
Right.
But yeah, these are the people that those maternal instincts just latch onto because
that's where the state has directed it to.
Right.
Where they've been weaponized to send it. They're like empathy-seeking missiles that have been trained by society, by their employer, by the education system, by the fucking talking black box in the living room and in their hand. Like, they are heat-seeking empathy missiles. Like, they are a trained weapon at this point.
Yeah, not nice guy. She's kind of the exception to the rule. Like, yes, she had 3 kids. She was still batshit crazy leftist because she was still programmed by the government to be so. But for and again, yes, 2 of those kids were taken away, so that could have something to do with this. Like, oh, they took my kids, so I'll care for the. Either way, they're weaponizing the empathy of women, and especially women that don't have kids, because that maternal instinct goes somewhere.
Yeah. And I think what happened with the woman who had 3 children who found herself in that situation, I think that she was in a state of grief and in a state of great loneliness and sadness. And that male presenting lesbian that she found herself with, that was her fault that she was there, took advantage of someone who was vulnerable, as those people do.
Yeah, used her for the
and
cause.
and used her as a means to an end. Oh yeah, no, it's so sad that your husband killed himself and you have all these children to take care of. Let me,
Let me
ease
put my
your
cigarettes out
burden.
on their arm.
Let me ease your burden. Send the two to live with their real dad, and then we'll just have this one that we can shape and mold and indoctrinate into being one of us.
Yeah.
Just like I'm doing to you to be to one of us.
Yeah, they sent the kids to a social justice charter school.
Yeah.
The fact that these things even exist in America is
an issue.
Yes. Yes, nobody cared because she was gay and left. She was not
Oh yeah,
black.
I guess. The white racialists. Yeah, no, but that's the thing is like, not that I know white racialists or supremacists or anything, but growing up in East Texas, I do know a little something about the culture of the people who do that. And if you are a white woman who is acting foolish and embarrassing her daddy's good name or her husband's good name, you ain't shit. You're nothing but a problem. And if something bad happens to you,
That's
I
on
don't
you.
like deserved it. Because you should have been acting better because you're a representation of the whiteness. You're
Yeah.
held to a higher standard. We can't convince these people that we're better than them if we act like them. So for the real white racialists, she's just another non-white.
Yeah, and then for the leftists, she's just another white lady.
Right, and they don't care.
They don't count for anything.
They're a dime a dozen.
They really wanted a Hispanic George Floyd out of this, and they're going to keep pushing until they get one. That's really what they want. They want a Hispanic George Floyd, possibly another black one too, just to get the blacks involved because the blacks aren't getting involved right now.
Well, because all of these immigrants are taking resources.
No, I understand
from
why
their
the blacks. Yeah, I
communities, and
understand.
they're suffering. Like, they're the first level of suffering. Not only are they getting all of our government housing, not only are they getting priority on the EBT list and the Section 8 and da-da-da, like, they're cutting the line I've been in for 9 years. You know what I mean? So, like, they don't give a shit about this.
Oh, no, I completely understand why they're staying out of it. I'm just saying they're staying out of it, and that's really annoying the shit out of the left.
Well, because at the end of the day, like, yes, there are leftist black people, but at the end of the day, they're about themselves. And if it's not a good choice for me, if I don't benefit.
Yeah, they're desperate to get the blacks involved because I've heard the sayings going around. These leftists telling black people that, like, once you're done with the Mexicans, ISIS coming around the new people up next, and they're just like,
no, they're not.
Yeah, black people aren't falling for it this time because usually if you say the FBI is coming or whatever, man, you tell them ICE coming, like, motherfucker, we're citizens, shut the fuck up.
Right? Yeah, we've been here.
Yeah, ICE. They might send somebody after me. Ain't gonna be ICE. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah. They're gonna get me on drug charges, not on immigration charges.
Yeah, but that's how you know they're getting desperate because they're pulling those cards out, and they know those ones haven't worked in a long time, but they still got a last ditch effort. Maybe let's throw. We've thrown everything else against the wall, nothing sticks. Maybe this will. No.
Maybe this will activate some of the older ones.
Right.
Maybe this will get the older ones, reminding the young ones of it could have been us.
Yeah.
Back in my day when King and I was marching.
Yeah. And I'm still enjoying my Costco scotch, and I don't care what y'all say. It's good.
And yeah, Jenny, I've noticed that. It's
all liberal, white, middle-aged women mostly. They vary from age, but for the most part, they're in their 40s to 60s.
Yep.
There's lots of young, there's some older, but that's like I'd say 90% women.
The core of it is.
Yeah, I'd say like 90% women. Of that 90%, I'd say 45 to 50% are older women.
Yeah.
It's so obvious too. It's just so white.
Painfully white.
And then the soy boys that are intermingled. You know what I mean? The dudes that get involved in this stuff are just so funny. They act so tough, and
they are definitely the keyboard warrior.
Well, like they sit there and they act tough, but then you see like how they're standing, how they have their arms held, how they're leaving themselves wide open. Like they have no
They don't know how to posture.
don't even have a survival instinct. You're out here trying to start problems, and you're not even like you're just offering yourself up. Like you're not even like loose, ready to go on the balls of your feet. You're not like, you know what I mean?
They don't
Hands
know
in your
any of that
pocket,
stuff.
fucking just slouch it. Like
Yep.
like
they don't.
man, you couldn't react if you wanted to. You don't even realize you're in a dangerous situation.
Yep. They don't.
Like that's how bad it is. They don't even realize they're in a dangerous situation. I mean, that's exactly what happened to that woman that got shot in the face.
Mhm.
No idea. She was just like, I'm just gonna drive over this ice guy. Like, I remember hearing a clip or seeing and hearing a clip of the wife about you guys are using live ammo like they thought it was
Right.
a
Yeah.
training exercise. Like they're gonna be some blanks. Like what kind of ammo do you think they had in their guns?
Right. I show up to work with a loaded weapon
Yeah,
as per my uniform requirements. Yeah. Ignorance.
man. How do we wind up talking about this lady again?
Well, not nice guy did it.
We always the last couple episodes. We always wind up back on this stupid lady.
I don't know. It's it's just it's a poignant situation. Like it encapsulates so much. It's like an onion. There's a lot of layers to it.
Yep. Like I said, it was a retard. Yeah, he was a retard for standing in front of a female driver.
Yeah.
She should have been arrested just for driving while female in the first place. Like we would have avoided this if we had just arrested her earlier for driving while female.
Yeah.
Ope. What are you from the Midwest now there? Not nice guy? Ope. Ope, sorry.
Oh man. So, yeah, I guess in the how do we end up back there, because it just represents a lot. There's
Apparently cheap scotch gets me chatty, like a cackling woman.
it could be two twisted teas would get him there.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't necessarily have to be scotch.
You get talking Tommy when he's got a drink in hand. Other than that, he's pretty chill, pretty quiet, pretty reserved.
Man of very few words until I
Yeah.
get some drinks in me.
Yeah. But yeah, so it doesn't end with the boomers. It's gonna we gotta there's still yet more suffering. Because people like that are out there acting foolish.
Yes. So anyway, let's we'll get off of this stupid lady. We'll bring this back to the church.
Mm-hmm.
That's what this was intended to be. Because as I said earlier, a lot of people, especially people in the Catholic Church, think, "Oh, once the boomers are gone,
Oh yeah,
as soon as the boomers are gone, we'll get decent liturgy back, and we'll get this, and we'll get that, and we'll get reverence back." And it's like, no. The second the fucking boomer Karen dies, who's on the head of the parish council, who decides what everything is in the church, Gen X Karen is going to slide in and take her spot.
Yep.
It's not like the women aren't changing.
No.
The women definitely are. The men are changing slightly, but not enough, and the women just aren't changing. So you're not going to get rid of these problems with the boomers. It's a feminist issue at this point, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. Feminism and modernity.
Yeah. Well, feminism is modernity.
Yeah, I guess. A little redundant, my bad.
Yeah.
Right, protesting ice like they can change the weather. Oh, I love it.
Oh, God bless you too, not nice guy.
Have a wonderful night, sir. Go get some rest.
I wanted a talking Tommy for my kid. Oh.
Is that a real toy?
I don't know.
Oh. It might have been.
Yes.
Yeah, it is. It's definitely a failed experiment, and so in the nuancing of the boomer being just another term for normie, it's more of a mindset than
Well,
it
the
is.
boomers really started it. That's why it's considered the boomer thing.
Right.
But everybody else, as much as other generations want to pretend they didn't, most of the people in my generation did carry it on. Most of the people in your generation. There's a lot more boomer millennials than not.
No, I know. I get along with them. I get it.
Yeah.
And so that's what I was gonna say is it's not so much the first thing we need to do to lose the boomerism, take it out of all of us, is admit failure. Admit that there is a problem that needs to be solved, because they did not do that. They always threw money at it, voted harder about it. Well, let me just mind my business because I too am a sinner. Like we can't do that anymore. That is the root. That's the number one cancer cell we need to be focused on to get rid of feminism, is to be able to admit that we make mistakes, that we were wrong. This was a bad idea. Like, once we do that, then we can start disassembling the feminism, because what do women hate doing most? Everybody in unison. Taking and accepting accountability or responsibility for their actions that may or may not have consequences. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Round of applause. So like that's what it is, to get rid of the feminism, to end this failed experiment, we have to all collectively say, so based on the data, this ain't working.
Right.
And we all need to be able to agree with that. And in the milieus of the Gen X's who are boomery, and the millennials who are boomery, and the Gen Z's who are boomery, in that like selfish consumer fleshy type of way, we can all agree when something's wrong. We can all look at it and be like, I didn't make this mess, but like, we should probably clean it up before it gets moldy and funky. Like we should do something about this. We could all at least agree on that. So I think that would be like the move to help it. But it's going to take somebody saying, no, Gen X Karen, I don't think you should be director of liturgy. I
Right.
think we should give that to one of the deacons, or
The priest should be in charge of his liturgy.
or the priest himself, or maybe
The priest should be in charge of his liturgy. It's
maybe
just the way it is.
maybe the what's Rick's title? Parish coordinator or something? Like give that job to a man whose like only job is to work for the church. Give it to Joseph.
Point is, the person in charge of liturgy should be the priest. In fact, the liturgy should just be the liturgy.
Right, yeah. There shouldn't be anything to be in
There shouldn't
charge
be any
of.
adaptations. It's just, here's the
all in the
rubrics of the
book.
Mass. You got, like the Latin Mass. There's no directing of the liturgy. The calendar's the calendar. The Mass is the Mass. Go.
You know what to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only difference is you'll have, the choir. They may sing something different each Sunday at a certain spot, but for the most part, they're doing the same things throughout the Mass too.
Mhm.
So,
Well, and that's where you'd have the music. You still would have a composer,
a music
or
director,
music
yes, but that's a
director,
little
yeah.
different than a director of liturgy.
Right. So the solution isn't to tell Gen X Karen no, it's to just collectively agree none of us are going to fill these spots.
I mean, the only acceptable answer, in my opinion, at this point, to be honest, is we just go back to we reverse this Novus Ordo massing and just go back to the way it was.
Mm-hmm.
That's just the only way to fix it.
I mean, magic wand, yeah, that would be the solution. But like,
but if you're not going to do that, then you're not going to do any of this other stuff we're talking about. So you're not going to. The whole reason of creating this new mass and this new thing was so that lay people could fill these positions.
Right.
That shouldn't exist in the first place.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, if none of us step up to do it, and those seats stay empty, and it happens parish,
Right.
parish, none of us want to do the job, then they'll be like,
yeah, problem is always going to be a Karen who wants to be in charge.
Then you ice her bitch ass out.
I'm just saying. You know what I mean?
You shame her into not doing
You're not. There's going to be 20 other Karens there that want to do the same thing. It's not going to work.
Yeah,
it's again. You're not going to root out feminism. They're not going to root out feminism. There's only I went over the two ways you're going to root out feminism.
Yeah.
Both of them don't end well for women, honestly.
No, I mean, hey, I'll be fine. I figured it out. I figured out that the feminism thing is a joke. It is of the devil. It's the apple in the garden 2.0. It is a lie from Satan himself to lead you to damnation and suffering.
All right, so here is how this all started. This whole conversation, and why I wanted to do the show, and why I wanted to point out that the boomers aren't. You're not going to fix this when the boomers are gone, like you all think you are. Is like I said, Patrick Neve put this tweet out because he's got a book coming out about the same thing. you don't know who Patrick Neve is, don't worry about it. You're not missing anything.
Not missing anything.
So his tweet or his
Zeet.
zeet, is that what we're calling them, zeets?
I don't know. That's what I call them.
Okay. Every Catholic knows someone who drives 30 minutes to Mass, passing 3 parishes along the way. Maybe you are that person. Yes, I am. I drive an hour.
And it's more like 6 or 7.
Yeah. But church hopping is killing our parishes. I get the appeal. The music, homilies, or community are better somewhere else. But when faithful Catholics scatter across a diocese chasing the perfect parish, nobody builds anything. It causes a dilution of resources. People aren't working together because they don't see each other. The parish you hate might need you. And that's just nonsense. It is utter and complete nonsense.
It's a good dose of copamine.
Yeah. Yeah, like I mean, me and Emily have been going to Blessed Sacrament almost 2 years now, being the change that you want to, you know what I mean? Showing up, she's veiled, I'm wearing a suit. We're the only people in the building doing those things. I kneel for.
Well,
There's that one other lady that wears a veil.
There's the one other lady that wears a veil, and then I got 2 old broads wearing them again.
But as a whole, you're not.
As a whole,
as a whole, the music is still the music. The liturgy is still. It's still a horrible setup. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like, we're not going to go in there and change that church into a Latin Mass church.
No.
Not even Reverend Novus Ordo, even though I don't believe in the Reverend Novus Ordo anymore. But you're not even going to get that out of it. No. So why am I going to waste my time showing up to this place every way that's killing my soul, killing my faith, and killing the faith of my children?
Yeah.
When I can just go to the Latin Mass and feed and nourish my faith and the faith of my children and my wife and my family.
Yeah.
And that's what it comes down to.
And
it's like you're really gambling with the faith of your family, going if you think you're just going to go to the closest Mass to you, and you know what I mean.
Call it a day.
And be the change.
Yeah.
Part
of me wants to believe that you can do that, but the bigger part of me, who's 2 years into this adventure, understands that there's just there's no amount of leading by example that you could do to people who don't already follow the rules that are in place. The rules and expectations and everything else that's the base I need an analogy. So it's like playing Monopoly, but to the point where you're buying houses and apartments and shit like that. There's families that just play to whoever gets all the whatevers, then you're done.
Right.
Nobody ever goes to that next level, right?
Right.
So but they're not even playing at the base level with the the chit chatties before Mass, the orans, the hand communion, the clapping, it's just none of it's right.
Mm-hmm.
The dress code.
Yeah, no, it's definitely not right. So that was the tweet that got this started, and then Enoch put out one, referring to this one.
So we have a school attached to ours.
Yeah, Blessed Sacrament. Almost all Catholic churches have a school attached.
And I'm not saying that the community isn't invested in that church. I'm not saying that at all, because we do have a thriving parish. They do have, the school families, they support the parish, right? And it's healthy in
most
all
of those
aspects.
Kids will grow up to leave the Catholic faith by the time they're 18.
Yeah.
You can already see it, how they're all being forced through confirmation and stuff like that, and none of them want to,
yeah,
means nothing to any of them. It's the Novus Ordo church has a horrible retention rate.
Yeah.
Horrible. You're much better going to the Latin Mass.
It's creating cultural Catholics in a very not good way.
Yeah, Enoch, the Catholic rapper, is on X, if that's who you're talking about, sir. Enoch, the Catholic rapper.
Yeah.
If you guys don't know Enoch, the Catholic rapper, you should check him out.
We've played some of his music on Morning Crew.
Have you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, Emily's hooked you up. So let's show his post here.
All right.
So he says, I ran a post on my Instagram and Facebook account 3 days ago on the proper changes the Novus Ordo liturgy needs to make it resemble the vision of the Council Fathers. The post reached over 200,000 views, around 1,000 comments. Between the two platforms, the results from the comments, about 25% low IQ Protestants called me a heretic and insulted the church. 35% of the comments were folks who agreed with the changes for the most part. 10% expressed there is no saving the Novus Ordo, return to the TLM. I would be in that 10%. And then 35% accusing me of being rigid. Some said I shouldn't be telling any parish how their liturgy should be celebrated. It's up to the individual priest. Most said we will not go back to the pre-Vatican II, yada yada. The point here is most of these parishes are run by boomer lay women. Everything from how they want the liturgy celebrated down to youth ministry. Until our priests grow backbones and offer a proper liturgy, no matter how much it might offend some of their boomer generation, we shouldn't be asking a family to sacrifice their spiritual well-being only to be viewed as a rigid or backwards. Although comments from my posts are a small sample size, it gives you a good idea of these parishes have no desire to change. Reality is none of these pastors are willing to offend their longtime parishioners. The 4 changes I recommended were change every parish can make almost overnight. Hire a cantor to either lead or teach the choir chant. Priest face ad orientem. If there are multiple priests at the parish, offer confession during the liturgy. And then make receiving communion, kneeling, and on the tongue normal. That all seems pretty normal to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, his comments about, oh, well, these parishes are run by boomer women. And it's like, he's not wrong. They are. But again, a lot of these comments seem to insinuate that, like, once these boomer women are gone, we can go back to normal. But, like, that's not what's going to happen.
No. Yeah. Well,
Gen X woman's going to take over. And after that, it's going to be a millennial woman. And after that's going to be a Zoomer woman. And you know what I mean? These women are getting crazier and crazier. The Novus Ordo Church is really just for women and children.
As Lefebvre said it would be.
Yeah. It's all they're attracting is women and children.
Yeah.
So.
And it's not, retaining what matters is not there, though.
Right.
Like, it can attract them, but it doesn't retain them.
Mm-mm.
It doesn't form them. It doesn't, because it's not something that's designed to be run and operated by women.
Mm-hmm.
Like, as far as the church goes, the women run orphanages and hospitals because we're good at caring for the physical person.
Right.
And providing emotional support during difficult times. None of that is required in the church house.
Hello there, Stax.
Snowmalia. Oh my goodness.
Oh.
That's crazy. Yes, we are going on with Stax Farmstead next Wednesday.
Yes, we will be on the Ish Show.
On the 28th. Yes.
Yes.
I thought you meant biblical
Enoch. No, there's no biblical Enoch on X. Just Enoch the Catholic rapper. Oh. Where were we before we got so rudely interrupted by Stax?
Oh, just the fact that it doesn't end with the boomer women. It's
yeah.
going to be another woman will step in and take the place because the women have been allowed to take over, and their feminism, their worldly feminism, has infiltrated the church, and they've got disordered desires right now.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, and then this was the final kind of post on that topic, posting on what Patrick Neve was talking about, and what he says here, and I kind of tend to agree with this a bit. But he said, the parish you hate hates you. Where Patrick was like, the parish you hate needs your help. I fall on this one. So, at Catholic Patrick Neve suggested last week that it's your job to fix the parish, parish hopping problem the clergy caused. The problem is the parish you hate doesn't actually need you. In fact, the parish you hate probably hates you even more. We need to stop pretending, and there's here's the how and why. Read the Substack, but I'm not going to read the whole Substack. But I tend to believe with this more. The way Nova Soto Catholics look at me and talk to us sometimes when we talk about attending the Latin Mass,
Mhm.
like we're schismatics, like it automatically gets very defensive. Usually,
Yeah.
like that they you think you're better than me? Like, well, I never
Um,
said I was better than you. This is all you projecting. This is all you assume. You know what I mean? If you feel a certain way about the things, then that's on you, bud. But
yeah.
don't.
I'm not. I don't. I like. I get fed where I get fed. Sorry.
Yeah, I understand.
Um.
Most of these people are a product of the system. It's hard to find a Latin. I mean, I don't want to say it's hard to find a Latin. At this day and age, you go on the internet, Latin Mass near me.
Yeah.
There's a whole website dedicated to it. But assume that most people aren't looking that hard. I don't know. I don't think most people are even aware of it. Like I said, most people, when you talk about Latin Mass, just assume it's the exact same Mass they get, just in Latin.
Right.
So, like, what's the point? I don't speak Latin.
Almost without fail, the first thing is I really enjoy having it in a language I can understand, though. Yeah, sure.
Right.
That's why they give you a missal with it in English so you can read along, so that way you can understand what's going on.
Right. You can learn a little
Point
Latin,
number
too.
one. Point number two, it's a completely different thing.
Right. You're not going to hear the
Not,
priest most of the time anyway, so you don't need to speak Latin.
yeah, you don't have to understand what's happening. That's like the mystery of faith, ain't it?
Right. Yeah. Part of the part of the whole thing is it's a mystery because
um, yeah, I wouldn't. I say I would, because I'm more attached to our boomer and silent generation people in our church and just the small group that does their coffee and donuts. And that hanging out with them gives me grace and patience for their cohort as a whole. So I'm a little softer on some of this stuff. But I also with prefacing it with all of that, anytime I tell these women I didn't go to college. I didn't give up a career. I'm a housewife. I'm a stay-at-home mom. I homeschool my daughter. It looks like I have arms coming out of my head and I just told them that I'm going to eat their dog. Like they look at me like I'm a crazy person. Sometimes it's followed up with a, "Well, what are you going to do? What are you going to do with your life?" Laundry and raise children and whatever I want, honestly. Like garden, wander around my neighborhood, hang out with you guys, like pretty free to do whatever I want. If I decide to do something later, maybe. But why I'm doing the thing that's the most fulfilling in my entire life.
yeah.
And they talk about their daughters who went to college and never got married, and they lament that, or they lament the fact that their daughters waited until they're older to have children, and now I only have one grandbaby when I should probably have five grandbabies. But they don't ever acknowledge that, like, well, you pushing them to go to college and be career women puts off the process of getting married,
Right. You
hinders
trained this behavior into them.
the desire to have a child, because if I just am a stay-at-home mom, I'm nothing. Like we kind of created
Right.
this.
We
We
trained this into
we
them,
we
and
set them up to be this way, and now we feel bad about it, but not in the ways that we should.
right. And then it reinforces my statement of that doesn't end with when the boomers go away. This nonsense doesn't go with them because their kids are the same, and their kids are the same, and their kids will be the same because we're just this is the society we live in now. This is the way we're raising them.
Yep.
This is what they believe is normal.
Yeah.
And you're never going to get these women to voluntarily give back this thing that they think they want, even though they would be so much happier without it.
I got hope, man. I got hope. Oh, that's
Yeah.
yeah, I could do that. In the series Landman, his
Okay.
his bored housewife goes to the senior home and starts like activity directing with the old people, which just consists of them doing field trips to the strip club and margaritas and
Okay.
playing cards. And
All right.
he's insinuating that that's what I'll do.
All right. What up, Mr. Meaty?
Um,
Cavernous meat?
but it's we got a couple of generations. I will agree with Patrick that the Gen Alpha women will save us.
No, they're not. Our kid's Gen Alpha. She's already indoctrinated into this feminist nonsense. As much as we try to not have it, it's because of the society we live in.
Yeah, I know. I got hope though. I'm so close.
No, she's already parroting the boss bitch
Right.
nonsense, and I hope we can break it up. Like, I honestly think once she gets her first job, it will
That's
be a
what
lot easier to break her of the nonsense.
That's what I'm like. That's where I have
You
the
want to keep
most.
doing this the rest of your life?
That's where I have the most hope.
Yeah.
Is just the reality check of like, you know, oh, I'll just go get a job. I'll have my own money.
Yeah.
And then the taxes come out and the tears start falling. And then she starts running all the compromises and calculations and sacrifices she made for this little measly chunk of money. And
Right.
then she'll be like, dang, maybe mom was onto something.
You be nice there, Q. We'll have none of this. Oh.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. How dare you not want to be in debt from college, be in a cubicle 10 hours a day, and pay someone to raise your kids? Right, exactly.
Yeah.
The audacity. What an idiot.
Yeah. So yeah, you're not going to save your local Nova Scotia parish. And honestly, ours isn't even that bad.
No.
It's just, I mean, it's your typical Nova Scotia. The people, they're better than most.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the people we talk to from other parishes and other Catholics, they look at us like we're a set of a contest, and I think people in our parish, it's because they know us, so we're more of an oddity to them.
A little bit.
We're not as standoffish. We don't, the problem is people feel a certain way about practicing the bare minimum of their Catholic faith, because that's what most of these local parishes, Novus Ordo churches do. They practice the bare minimum of their faith.
Mm-hmm.
I go to confession every once in a while. I go to church or most Sundays. I'm gonna say I go to church most Sundays. I stick my hand out. I get communion.
I know what I'm supposed to. I stand when
Yeah, I go to confession. Every so often. I don't confess all my sins because it's not really that important. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They take on some of this evangelical Protestant, but and usually those types of Catholics feel a really certain way when you start talking about like how Catholic you live your life.
Well, it's called convicted.
Well, I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like, so, a lot of the Catholics in our parish, I don't get that from.
No,
at least not outright. I don't see them getting convicted and lashing out against us.
right.
Like I do a lot of Catholics that don't know us that well. That once we start talking about our daily, Latin mass and vespers in the evening and matins and lauds in the morning and these prayers and those prayers and praying this time of day.
It's in the
People like get like the claws come out.
well, and
I start calling you all kinds of names and you hate Vatican. You're against Vatican. You're not a real Catholic. You're a set of a contest. Vatican II, Vatican II, Vatican II.
Yeah,
that's all I hear from them. It's ridiculous.
It activates something.
It really does.
It
really like all the buzzwords come out. It's
and it's and that it's disheartening, because then you just kind of know everything about that person in a short interaction, and it just kind of ruins any motivation of discourse.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to defend myself when you just rapid fire did all that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm not engaging. I don't care what the rules of engagement are. No, thank you. Because there's no discourse or dialogue that's going to end in a positive place.
No.
And
it's not my job to yell at these people, make them be better Catholics. They know.
Ultimately, that's the thing is like, I'm not doing any of this to shame you or to lord it over you or to do anything like that. And that's one thing that I've talked to Joe about, because he asked me, Joe's one of my silent generation older people from coffee. He asked me, he was like, so what's with the veiling? And I was like, how do I explain this to an old man? Modesty. It's to make up for all the years that I was immodest, to make up for all of those little things that I did not give a crap about, did not care. I was a bartender and I knew how to make money. And so for that, tippy top of the reasons, other than like it's expected, and then also like I could make some reparations.
Right.
I could be more modest. I could do that. And when I frame it that way, it makes sense to him, and it's no longer like a, oh, she's showing off, oh, she's, you know, trying to be
One up
right,
everybody.
exactly. It's like a, and so so I hope that when he sees another woman with a veil on, not that he thinks that she's running around skimpy or anything, but like the first thought that comes to his mind is modesty.
Right.
She's being modest. She's having humility and being modest, right? Like instead of just that initial reaction of, we don't do that anymore. Why are you doing that? You know, you
Right.
don't have to do that, right? Like,
Yeah, well, that's the thing. People, when they see somebody choosing to go above and beyond, it doesn't make sense to them.
right.
And it's
And
that
God
is
bless
a
them for that. God bless them for never feeling the conviction and the weight of your wrongs.
yeah, no, but it's
Part of me, that's where I have to be on it, because otherwise I
one of
become
the
uncharitable.
but it's one of the key things in their generation that they definitely passed on to other generations is like the bare minimum.
Laissez-faire, yeah.
The bare minimum. Just do the bare minimum. Get away with the bare minimum. The very bare minimum generations, and honestly, most have been since, and they get worse and worse.
Yeah, there's no yeah.
There's no sense of pride in things. You know what I mean? It's just like, well, I'm not required to do that. Like, no, you're not required to do a lot of things that you should do, though.
But you should.
You're not required to keep yourself in shape. You're not required to, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, you're not required to be I guess you're, in some ways, you're required to be a good member of society. But you know what I'm saying? I'm saying, like,
Yeah,
you're not.
if it's not spelled out in black and white, then I mean, there's,
Yeah.
it doesn't, just because you're not told explicitly you have to do this doesn't mean like you shouldn't
Be doing this. Yeah. Yeah. And that's where that came from, that generation, man. Their parents' generation wasn't a well, the bare minimum kind of people, you know.
No, they didn't have the option to be.
Right, exactly. Yeah. So yeah, with all that being said, I think that calls the show tonight. You got anything else you want to talk about? It's your very last morning crew coming up.
Oh yeah, we're doing that tomorrow. Call back to last week, that clip that
Oh yeah. I'm sorry.
Grug sent us.
Not ending yet. Sorry, guys.
Well, you said any last things, and I was just going through the things I had for the show.
Things I can't.
Okay. Sorry.
In the spirit of Can Catholics Eat Bagels?
Oh yeah, 2 shows ago when I was Can Catholics Eat Bagels, I was bitching about all the Catholic apologists with their nonsense. So just so you know, this is actually a thing. This person, I'm not sure who they are, caught on to the same thing I caught on to and did pretty much the same thing I did. And here it is.
And eat as a Catholic, part 8. Some Catholics might have mixed opinions about this, but we cannot eat lighter fluid. I know that Jesus says to be the light, but this is not how we do it. Things I can't eat as a Catholic, part 8.
So yeah.
Yep, we can't eat lighter food.
Can't eat lighter fluid. I just found that one. That's a new one for me.
Yeah.
I thought for sure Jesus said be the light of the world. He meant eat lighter fluid.
That was what I took away as well.
Yeah.
God bless you, Patrick. Have a wonderful evening. Be safe. Be safe.
Yes. Be aware of the exploding trees. Don't step on any landmines out there.
Yeah.
I heard all about the exploding trees.
We don't need an Encino Man situation.
Yes. Yeah. With that being said, oh yeah, let me move things around so I can pull this up. Stall, Emily, stall.
We definitely could go on and on and on and on and on. It would be the show that never ends, Ginny.
About what?
The boomers.
Oh yeah, we could definitely go on forever about the boomers and the subsequent generations that they raised.
We could do a forever series on it.
And that their kids raised and their kids raised.
Shout out to Father Ripperger. He has a series, and it's called Generational Spirits, or the Spirits of Generations. And I don't remember how he has it worded, but essentially it's the generational curses, that everybody talks about. But it is, obviously from Father Ripperger. So it's from a Catholic stance. And
interest playing, and I can't stop it.
He discusses the different virtues and vices that are presented to each generation, and the fact that if a generation is not able to conquer that vice, that sin, that gets passed to the next generation, who also has their own assigned sin, vice, virtue. Like they have their own assignment, so they inherit what wasn't done, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
It's a really good series. I think it's like 6 parts. You can find it on YouTube.
Anything
You're
by Father
downtown.
Ripper is great, but yes, that is a good one.
Yeah,
I think it's generational spirits or generational curses or something like
yeah, yeah.
that.
But yeah, I'll be here for Morning Crew. It is my last one, and then I am going on maternity leave.
Mm-hmm.
I will be frantically cleaning and organizing and doing this nesting thing they tell me I'll do.
Yeah. Yeah, we got a few more weeks, and then we actually find out, is Emily really pregnant like she's been telling me, or did she just get fat?
Did I just get fat?
Yeah.
Dun dun dun. We'll find out.
Tune in next week.
Stay tuned. Yeah. So, God bless you guys. Thank you for hanging out. We love you. We appreciate you.
Yep. God bless everybody. Have a wonderful weekend, and we will see you on Thursday.